you so much. It's fun to be back here at 10:30. I haven't been here for a while. And,
Baptism, I think, was the last time, right?
yeah, I think that might have been it. Anyway, my goodness, he is growing. Anyway, I think as everybody knows, we're celebrating the 125th anniversary of Grace Lutheran. And last month we talked about what it means to be the church, and this month we're talking about our Lutheran heritage. And that is an exciting topic for us. And so I would like to get going on it. And I was given 5 minutes, but they told me at the coffee hour I took 10 minutes. How much time do I get here, Nick? Can I go for 15?
Sure.
Anyway, I like to talk with 3 points. The first point is to explore our Lutheran heritage. And that means we go back 500 years, and at that point, there were many things happening, but one of the things that was happening is there were so many things going on that Jesus was getting crowded to the back of the church. And people had so many other things to talk about and work on that they kind of lost track of Jesus. And it reminded me of Carol and I coming to church last Sunday. We were driving in the fog, we could see the road, but we couldn't see well. And the church was kind of living in the fog. Jesus was there, but they couldn't see him well. But what happened? There were some reformers, and Martin Luther was one of the key ones. We have an excellent brochure on the work and the legacy of Martin Luther. And there were other reformers as well. The net effect of the Reformation and of the Lutheran heritage was to put Jesus in the center of our lives, in the center of our church, and in the center of all that we do together. Now, I could say more, but I only have 5 minutes, so I've got to move on. The first point, that is our Lutheran heritage. The second point is, what does that heritage mean to me? I was baptized in 1940, confirmed in 1954. Ken was just telling me about his experiences too. Basically, I have gone to church every Sunday since that time. I've had excellent opportunity with good teachers, good professors. I had Christian parents, and so forth. But to remind everybody, including myself, even after an excellent background, there are ups and downs in life. And every chapter of life that we move into has its own set of challenging decisions. And of course, even after all my experience, even as a parish pastor, I do like to make excuses and try to pass the buck, to other people. And so for that, I have an illustration right here in my pocket. You all know what a wheel weight is? Now this wheel weight is attached to the rim of a wheel so that the rim and the tire are all in balance. And what I would do with my cars is to get a lifetime alignment and tire balancing for my cars. And that is, I tend to keep my cars a long time, so I always make money on that deal. And when I go in to get the oil change, then to get the alignment checked and to get the tires rebalanced. Good. Worked well. But an interesting chapter was when we were teaching our 3 daughters to drive the car. And those daughters now are very good drivers. They could drive in the city, and they've got cars. They manage very, very well. But I tell you, it was touch and go when we were learning to drive, you know. And I think sometimes they hit every pothole in Schaumburg and every pothole when we went into Chicago and hit every curb, you know. They were always trying to get close, and you know, they'd ram into the curb and so forth. And I would think after they got their licenses, you know, I'd say, boy, if they hit all those potholes when I'm with them, sitting next to them, what in the world are they hitting when I got there? Okay? So, but anyway, I would go in and get the oil changed and get the wheels aligned and rebalanced. And then when I came to pay the bill, the tech would say, Mr. Langseth, I guess you've been hitting a few curbs and hitting a few bumps. And I'd smile, oh yeah, my daughters, you know, they're learning to drive. Well, guess what happened when they left home? I still get my tires rebalanced and the front end realigned. It still goes out of alignment. Who is the driver? It's the old boy himself. I can't pass the buck to anybody. And that's the way really it is in our Christian lives. No matter how good an experience we've had in our life, the next chapter is going to come with new challenges, and this is not the time for us to make excuses, but the time to listen clearly to Jesus Christ, to look at the cross, the reminder of what Jesus Christ has done for each of us. Now, there's much, much more I could say about that, but the pastor only gave me 5 minutes. I'm fully run over already. So it's our Lutheran heritage. Secondly, what the heritage means to me. Thirdly, what Grace Church can mean for each one of us. Brothers and sisters, we are coming through a Minnesota, northern Minnesota, cold winter, where there's plenty of wind and snow from the north, from Canada. And the snow has been great, the ice has been terrible, the weather, the temperatures have been awful. We've been staying in our homes, we've got cabin fever, we are cranky, we even sometimes get cranky and impatient with those that we love and those that love us. And for each of us, it's the time to call on Jesus, to come to church, to look at the cross and remember what Christ has done for us, to listen to the gospel, and to share Holy Communion where Christ is present. In the Lutheran Church, we have so much going when we focus on Christ. Keep Christ in the center of our faith, and our family, and our community, in our congregation, in all that we say and do. There's much more that can be said, but I'm going to leave that to someone younger and more forceful than I. I don't remember how to conclude Temple Talks. I used to conclude the sermons with an amen, so I think I'll try that here. Thank you so much.